Imagine walking a tightrope. On one side, fire. On the other, lions. And you walk this rope every single day, not to survive, but to feel loved. That's the reality of a people pleaser. We call it being nice. We call it keeping the peace. But here's the truth. People pleasing isn't a personality trait. It's a trauma response. It's a survival strategy your brain adopted to keep you safe. And now it's draining the life out of you. Today, we're uncovering the hidden trauma behind the yes and why your brain physically recoils at the word no. To understand this, we go back to childhood. Your brain is wired for one thing: attachment. You need your caregivers to survive. If their love was conditional, given when you were quiet, withdrawn when you were loud, your brain made a terrifying leap. If I don't please them, I'll be abandoned. If I'm abandoned, I die. This is the hidden trauma. Not the big T abuse, but the little t moments. The stressed parent who only smiled when you were easy. The friend who threatened to leave if you disagreed. In those moments, your amygdala, your fear center, took a note. It decided that conflict is a threat to connection. So it built a shortcut. It bypassed your logical brain and linked disagreement directly to danger. Think about that. For a people pleaser, saying "I disagree" triggers the same response as facing a predator. You aren't being polite. You're fighting for your life.
So why does your stomach drop when you want to say no? It's a chemical flood. Cortisol and adrenaline spike. Your heart races. But here's the twist. People pleasers don't default to fight or flight. They default to fawn. Fawning means pleasing the threat to neutralize it. You aren't choosing to be nice. You're trying to regulate the other person's nervous system so they don't attack you. This is the hidden cost.
Every time you say yes when you mean no, you betray yourself. To cope, your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine when they smile and say thanks. It's a dopamine loop. You're addicted to the relief of being liked. The cycle goes: you anticipate conflict, you submit, you feel relief, then you feel shame. That shame is your true self screaming to be heard, while your survival brain clamps its hand over your mouth. We think people-pleasing prevents conflict. It doesn't. It just delays it and makes it worse. Because while you smooth everything over, something grows inside you. Resentment. Resentment is the poison that builds when you violate your own boundaries. You agree to work late, you resent your boss. You agree to that dinner, you resent your partner. And eventually, you explode. Not over something big, but over a dirty dish. Because that's the only time you feel safe enough to show anger. But here's the deepest wound. You're terrified of intimacy. True intimacy requires showing your flaws, your anger, your ugly side, and trusting they won't leave. But your brain learned that if you show those sides, you'll be abandoned. So you stay pleasant, agreeable, and utterly alone. Because nobody actually knows the real you, the one with needs and opinions. So how do we fix this? How do we tell the amygdala it's safe to disagree? Next time you're asked to do something you don't want, stop. Don't say sure immediately. Notice your throat. Is it tight? That's your no trying to escape. Notice your stomach. Is it twisted? That's the fear of rejection. Now repeat this. Someone else's reaction is not my responsibility. You are allowed to disappoint people. And here's the miracle. When you say no and the world doesn't end, when the person grumbles but survives, your brain records that data. It's called extinction learning. You're teaching your amygdala, we survived the lions. We are safe. People-pleasing was armor you needed to survive a harsh environment, but you're wearing it in the shower now. Healing isn't about becoming mean, it's about becoming whole. Your no is as valuable as your yes. The world doesn't need another agreeable echo. It needs your authentic voice. Stop trying to keep the peace. Start trying to keep yourself. Because the peace you're keeping isn't yours. It's a hostage situation. And it's time to free the hostage. Thanks for watching. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, your voice matters.